What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a quick video today about a new studio light that I bought. This is the Neewer, or I think that's how you say it, Neewer SL60W, which, if you're familiar with studio lights at all, I've heard is the Aputure 120D killer. I don't know if I'd say it's the killer, but I'd definitely say it's a lot more affordable than the Aputure 120D. So I'm excited to try this out and put a light in my studio, do some more talking head stuff, and just have a better quality light than either a floor lamp or the ceiling light, which isn't good for anybody. So I'll be unboxing this, and I also got a Neewer 32 by 32 octagon softbox with a grid. So I'm excited to check that out also. I found that for, I think, $40 on Amazon, and this Neewer light was $120, something like that. So for the light and the softbox, definitely affordable, especially when you compare it to the Aputure light. I've watched a lot of videos on the comparisons side by side, color temperatures, strengths, quality of light, output, just all kinds of things. So again, I'm just very excited to check this out and see what we have. So let's get to unboxing. We will actually unbox the light. So let's give this a check here. Let me just move this mic over a little bit so we have some better audio. Finally got my mic boomed overhead, which is a huge change, which is awesome. So hopefully the quality of audio will be much better as well. All right, so opening this up, we have the power cable. I'm not sure how long this is, but probably somewhere between 6 to 10 feet, I would assume. Pretty heavy duty, pretty bulky. Have your standard paperwork here, and the instruction manual, and customer support stuff. So we have the reflector, and then we have the actual light itself. Not too heavy, not too bad. Again, the only studio lights I've used before were Paul Buff strobes, so this constant light stuff is new to me. This cap wasn't on there tight. Oh, that sounded odd. So, got the light here. And, okay, so that didn't seem to be locked in. But that's the light there. You have the LED right on the front there. You have all the power stuff on the back, so you can actually turn it on and off. You have the little LCD screen and the power back here. So that's cool. And then the only other thing in the box is the remote. Not too sure what I'll really need a remote for. Does it even have batteries? Doesn't even have batteries. Okay, all right. But AAA batteries, I think that's the only thing in there. That's it, all right. Get the light out of the way and we'll check out the softbox now. Ooh. Probably wouldn't recommend using a knife on this because the softbox was actually in here, not wrapped up in anything else, so that would have been easy to slice open. Just kidding, it's in a pack. Either way, I wouldn't have wanted to slice it open. With the Bowen speed ring, speed mount, speed ring, speed mount, whatever. The actual softbox. And the rods, pretty basic, seems pretty light compared to what I'm used to with the Paul Buff that are pretty heavy duty. This one just feels a little cheaper, but it's all right. It's 40 bucks. Here is the grid here, so I think I'll leave the grid off to the side for now. So I think there's 2 diffusion panels, one on the inner part and one more on the outer part. Now that we have everything kind of taken out, we have to put the softbox together. And I guess the easiest way to do it with this one is to put all the rods in the mount first, put it into the larger part of the softbox, and then wrap the smaller part of the softbox around. So I think what we'll do then is, in the interest of time, we'll just make this time lapse and make it look like I did it very quickly. So better yet, instead of the time lapse, how about we just do this? I put it all together, I'm actually embarrassed at how long this took me to put together. As you can see, I had to take off some articles of clothing because I was getting a little warm. It looks easier than it is, but my brain's just a little slow this morning. But we got it. We got it all set up. So now I have to put on the backing here so the light stays in. Now what did I do with that? Oh, it's right here. All right. So we'll do that. Now I'm a little weary because the back here, as you can see, there's a lot of light coming through. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of spill. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But there's nothing that I can do to really clamp this down. All right, so this is going to actually be my first lighting test here in the process studio. The mic is about 1.5 feet from my mouth, boomed overhead. We have this light over here, a little less than 45 degrees. It is pointed down towards me, angled a little bit, and it's actually feathered off to the side just a little bit. It is at 60% brightness right now. There is a window right there. We are using 24 frames per second, 1/50th of a shutter speed, and I'm actually using auto ISO right now. I know some people are like, oh my God, why would you use auto ISO? I just wanted to see, for sake of ease with this video, kind of how everything was looking, how everything was coming together. So 60%, want to see how the shadows fall on my face. Really, it's actually a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be as well. I didn't think that 60 watts was really going to be that big of a deal. I would probably need to end up upgrading or getting a higher quality or actually more output light, but this one actually seems to be doing really well right now. The shadows are pretty nice. It's really nice and diffused through 2 panels, and that actually doesn't have the grid on it as well. So maybe I'll actually put the grid on it now. So this is without a grid. This is actually with a grid. I don't know the size of this grid, which I should probably look at for sake of this video, but I can already tell a pretty big difference. Now, I personally have never used a grid on a softbox before. I know what they do, but I just didn't really know firsthand how much light they would actually focus on the subject. Lastly, I put a curtain over the window that was blasting in some of the light in here. There is some ambient light coming in from my living room through a couple of windows, but there's not a ton of spill coming through here. Now, again, I have this light at 60%. It is gridded. I'm shooting at 1/50th of a second, f3.5 at ISO 400. So I'm feeling pretty good about the light that's coming in here now. Now, I think the next thing that I'll need to do is start sound treating this room. It's nice to have the mic boomed overhead. I'm sure I could still play with this a bit more to really make it sound a bit better, but once I start sound treating this room, it'll start coming together. So that's really about all I have now. So if you've used this light, if you have any tips, tricks, or any suggestions for this light, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I'm excited to get using it more for some product stuff, for some talking head stuff like this. And I think the next video that you'll actually see from me that I'll probably be recording today is actually a build review. So what's in my rig, the computer that I use to edit my photo, video, and actually edit this video that you're watching now. So thanks a lot for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. There's gonna be some more tech stuff on here, but this really is about as deep dive as I'll do into some tech stuff. But again, leave me a comment, let me know where you came from, what you enjoy watching on my channel, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.